Hi, welcome to Mystic Moons. It's the night of the full moon. A lot of clarity, universe information comes on the nights of the full moons. There's something about the moon, our huge, hollow perhaps moon, standing there in its strawberry goodness, echoing, beckoning, huge strawberry moon. It's here, giving us insight as well as to what is happening. What is happening with our world? There's so much going on. But then again, it's almost as though it's more than predictable. It's almost as though it's a script. Is someone just taking some old parchment found in some dubious burial place in the Middle East, just reading off events, and then, hey, oh, that sounds good. I'll do it. Maybe that's what the World Economic Forum is all about, gathering together bits of the past, scripts of the past, and go, hey, that'll make a move. That'll make the masses move. Well, we're all familiar with the players of this last few years. And one of them, the one outfit Zelensky, has his own unique brand. He seems to be shorter than the most of them, but that's not even, stature isn't the question. It's his fashion sense that really irks me. One outfit. He's been begging from one country to another, and he's very successful. He's the world's best beggar. So when you see someone on the streets of, Chicago, Paris, or wherever, and they're begging for a few coins, give it to them. Look at Zelensky. Zelensky is a marvel. I mean, he is beyond approach. He is beyond rival. Nobody can get what he can get, except by design. However, lately, he seemed to be getting a little shorted. He's been shorted. And you get the feeling, especially since Trump isn't a fan of Zelensky, that Zelensky has been given the boot. He's been given the boot. And, of course, his own people must hate his guts. I mean, he hasn't done one thing for them except lead them into endless war, endless murder, endless hamburger meat. He's made hamburger meat, pasteurized, grinded substances, I'll put that way, of his own people. And for what avail? For what cause? So he can go beg from one NATO country to another? Zelensky has outlived his usefulness, yes or no? We'll have to ask the universe. We'll have to really see, because he's one of the nagging little details that there just is no future. And besides, something bigger is going on, and Zelensky was just like the appetizer. It's a long appetizer. He's not going to be around much longer, the universe seems to say. The geometry of the universe seems to point that he has outlived his usefulness. And what was that usefulness? I guess we'll just have to give it some time to find out why was Zelensky in the first place even around? Why was he even in our faces with his t-shirt self? I've never, not in all the history books I've read, seen such a laughter in dress-wise, dictatorial, animate, opinionated little dictator, which he is essentially a dictator now because his realm was over about a year ago. That's why no one takes him seriously anymore. Martial law, so he has to dress the part. Like he's Castro's understudy, was Castro's understudy. Che Guevara, I think I'm mispronouncing his name, but you can he's some kind of revolutionary what? Revolutionary beggar? Revolutionary meat grinder? What is he? Well, one thing we know, he can't dress. He can't dress for beings. So let's just ask the spirits. Let's take a trip. Let's take a psychic trip. And we can just let our ether, our spirits, let's just remote view to where let's take our psychic self, our not our entire self, but just a portion of ourselves, and see where he is at. Let's go to Ukraine. The people can't stand it. We don't even have to have a poll. He's not the fearless leader. He's being eradicated and undermined at every single point. Even the fact that he has had one failure after another failure. Yes, he's had some fans, and those fans are probably given a script. You're given a script of what to say. Well, there's nothing more to say than Zelensky, are you being laid off? The rug is being pulled under your combat boots? How many pairs of combat boots do you have anyway? Can we see a gentleman, perhaps? A diplomat take your place? Or another lackey? Another lackey. Because what were you? You had your millions, you have your mansions stuck around in different Western countries, but do you think you're really going to enjoy, get to spend time in your great places? You know, I remember once hearing about the average salary per month of a well-off or just usual, I can say that word, Ukrainian was $600 a month. 600 USD a month. Of course, that was what you could buy with $600 a few years ago, not today's $600, but maybe it could be. We've heard of various assassinations going on and investigations, which kind of, in a way, when you're an arms dealer and you trade with like flesh and blood and body parts, you become one of those yourself. And let's ask the spirits, how long? How long? So everybody is relaxed. Everybody is psychically over in Ukraine, mentally over. Think about Ukraine. I mean, Ukraine. I mean, really. Now we have Mexico to think about. We have Gaza. We have Taiwan. We have everything to think about and nothing to think about. Because what can we do? Well, what can we do? We can consult the spirits and see where our place and their place and how it all intertwines. Murder is murder. Call it war. Call it righteous living. Call it combat. Call it gladiator. It still is murdering and taking of lives. Now, either you're like some kind of pathological psychopath who enjoys killing. There's no joy in it. There's no joy in Zelensky. Maybe that's why he can't choose. He's dyslexic enough to only wear one outfit, the green t-shirt and the green khaki pants and the combat boots, because he can't make decisions. So why think about what to wear when one can just cover themselves, no matter, irregardless of the occasion, irregardless of the role they play, because he has one play. Is Ukraine really necessary to continue to have a symbol such as him? A symbol. Let's see now. Did he get his time card yanked? Is he being given a boot? Is Zelensky over? Zelensky, how soon, how long? Zelensky. Okay, here we pull. Let's start pulling Zelensky. Is he over? Zelensky, you little rubber killer of your own people, little tiny man with a cold heart. He professes to love his people, but look what he does as a representation of his people. He throws him into one battle after another battle, useless. What little tiny country going to fight against a big country like Russia? Come on, that is insanity right there. Insanity. And besides, the whole place belonged to Many of the territories in question belonged originally to Russia. Please. Can't he get along? Or maybe because he cannot make decisions about his dress, how his presentation, because it's weak, that he has amped for warfare. It's not lawfare, it's warfare. All right, let's see now. As Zelensky been given the boot, and he's getting laid off and replaced. The first thing we get is the Nine of Swords. Ooh, ooh. Miserable Zelensky. Well, the misery that man has caused his own country, his fellow countrymen, is insurmountable. You can't even put a value on or a percentage on how much misery. 100%, 150%. The man is no diplomat. The man is a borrower. He's a user. And his time is, and that's apparent. What does he bring to Ukrainians? Killing your sons, your husbands, your fathers? What has he done? They're looking out for the Two of Wands. Something's coming. His pink slip. His termination. Zelensky with his sharp little beady eyes, his sparrow face. We have here the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. Well, the idea of getting rid of him is, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's overwhelmingly everywhere. And the only reason he's been holding on to power because he never knows when he'll get stabbed in the back. He can't walk freely down the street. But of course, he has enough money to have 24/7 bodyguards. But even then, can you trust someone so despicable? And here we have the Ten of Wands. It's a heavy load being Zelensky. A heavy load. The man is a fright. He's clinging on to that seat he's holding right at this minute because it's his life. He's no life without being complete, supreme dictator of Ukraine. President of Ukraine with no sense, no dignity, none. Does he have any respect for you or I or his people? Doubt it. Doubt it. He has a nasty mouth and probably even worse thoughts to create as much carnage as he has, Zelensky. And here we have the Queen of Wands. The consensus is he has done nothing good. Nothing good can come out of Zelensky's actions, his flow, his aura. What is his aura? It's dark. It's dark. Zelensky. Would you sit in a room with Zelensky if your life depended on it? Because it would. It would. Zelensky. Well, we have strength. Zelensky. The movement to get rid of him. We have here the the Nine of Swords. And we also have here the Ten of Wands. And then we have the conditions. We have these conditions, these two painful conditions. And it would get even worse with him around. He's a reminder of negativity. He's a reminder of failure. And then we have here the Two of Wands, the Page of Wands, and we also have the Queen of Wands. That's a lot of fire. That's a consensus. That we're better off looking for someone else. He's replaced. He's already replaced. It's just a matter of time before they get rid of him. Especially too with Trump saying enough, enough, enough. He doesn't, he insulted, even though you can say that maybe the scene between Zelensky and Trump was theater, still was not unnecessary. A dignified person of representing a country would not act that way, would not act that way, would not play those games, would not be fool enough to play those games, because he could see, foresight enough to see where it was going. And the strength card, well, this strength card, I would say that maybe you need to have a tough stomach, a strong stomach, just to even be in Zelensky's company, because you could smell the fumes, smell the stench of his sweat, his wonderment of his future. How will he go down in history books? You know, Charlemagne, he is no Caesar. He is Zelensky. Zelensky, the world's most prolific, successful beggar for arms and his own profits. So yes, I would think you need a lot of strength and pull. You need like power to get rid of power, to put out power. You need a force to get rid of a negative force. Zelensky has proven himself not a positive influence, a positive person. Hardliners, he's lost the war. It's just a matter of getting rid of his place at the center. He's not even on the center anymore. He's been skirted out to the outfield. He may have a few non-negotiable partners. However, do people really, really see any merit in keeping up this proxy war between the United States and Russia? With Zelensky, too. Zelensky, what is he offering? What is Zelensky offering? Not much. Not much. All right, so we're going to say that Zelensky's days are numbered. Numbered. And of course, the powers that are running this World War III scenarios, this is not the place they want to concentrate on. They do not want to concentrate on Ukraine anymore, the Baltics, in that manner. They'd rather concentrate in the Middle East, elsewhere. Having Ukraine burned to the ground, well, when you start attacking nuclear plants, we all know about Chernobyl, elsewhere, and other places. We all know when you start doing these things, you're really desperate. You're really desperate. Besides the other things, the drone attacks, and they should. Actually, Ukraine probably was just a testing ground for drones and things like that. Different type of weapons warfare. So okay, so now we have that, and now we're the powers that are leading us to more turmoil, more blood. Well, they're looking for something more fertile, something more agitating, something more. Zelensky, it's hard to rally around that man. It's very hard to rally, either pro or con. He's hard. He's just an empty person. The Ukrainian people aren't empty, but Zelensky himself is an empty man. He's been used up already. So I would say yes, the spirits, the universe is saying, Zelensky, it's over for you. Quietly, if you can, which I doubt, retreat. Retreat and walk away while you still can walk on your own 2 feet. That's the advice the universe has for Zelensky. Leave while you can. All right, so I would say that would conclude our trip to Zelensky's Ukraine. And to my subscribers, thank you for joining. And for those who haven't subscribed, thank you for joining. Thumbs up if you appreciate this. If this is something that you feel too, comments. If you don't feel it, comments are welcomed as well. Do you think he's there forever? Do you think he's there until he's leading his country to a new place? Do you think he's a leader? Is he a synthesizer? Is he an absorber? Is he a leader? Does he have the trademarks of leadership? Or was he just installed to take orders? He was the captain, yes. But was he the admiral? No. Somebody else has been pulling his strings. And who is it? Usually wars are pulled by people of great material wealth. Not exactly high IQ or knowledgeableness, I'll put the knowledgeableness, knowledge, or empathy. Mercenary wealth, accumulation of it, and or something else that can be influenced by someone else for personal gain. Well, all these things we can speculate about, and we will, especially in the night of strawberry moon. This full moon is making us introspective and thinking about, where does all this go right now? Will Zelensky be gone in 30 days from now, the next full moon? Perhaps his time is going tick, 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 tick. He's already been given the boot on certain levels. We'll see. So thank you, and until the next time, bye-bye.